This is a video to explain the activities for week 6. You're viewing the video, so you're on the very first activity. The second activity is to read chapter 9 in the textbook. The topic is history, learning to unlock the past. Our social emotional learning activity this week is to view the video below and respond to the questions after viewing the video based on your observations from the lesson. Use the SEC Anchor, that's the social emotional cultural Anchor competencies framework below. You can also use the guide if you need that. That's posted below too. You're going to respond to these questions. Which social emotional and cultural Anchor competencies and accompanying teacher moves, so take a look at the teacher moves in your framework, do you see taught or modeled in this lesson? What evidence do you see for each anchor or teacher move you selected? You can refer to the framework to guide your analysis. How do you think the teacher's attention to these anchor competencies may have contributed to her students' academic success and ability to thrive? 3, what do you think this teacher would have needed to do during the first 6 weeks of school to get to this point? So think about routines, procedures, practicing those over and over to meet the teacher's expectations. And 4, it's a reflection. What's one takeaway for your own practice? This is the framework. This is the guide, a copy for that in case you need that. And then we're going to take a look at some history. Why history? View the following videos and use the information from the videos and the textbook. Respond to the following questions and post your responses in a document in the Dropbox this week. What is history? Why is history important? What should students know and be able to do in regards to learning history? There are 2 videos here that you will watch, and then post your work to those questions in this Dropbox. We're taking a look at primary sources this week. So you're going to explore some websites for primary sources pertaining to history. There's a chart of primary sources below. The Library of Congress, or PBS, Public Broadcasting System, both contain great information on primary sources. But you might find even better websites. Link the website to this Dropbox and answer the who, what, where, when, and why of primary sources. Those are just who is, what do you mean about primary resources? What are they? Where would you might find them? Why do you use them? And when do you use them? Locate an activity for the grade level of your choice using primary sources. This doesn't have to be an actual lesson plan. You're going to post this work in the Dropbox this week. Here is some information about primary resources, and here are some apps for primary source documents. And here is another resource for you. What is a primary source? It's about time. View the video of Tommy DePaulo's book, Now One Foot, Now the Other. Note the sequence of events as written in the book. Using the task listed on page 291 in your textbook, select a hero in your life and create a timeline. You may use an actual person you know and consider a hero, or locate a book of your hero's life. You are to create a timeline as outlined on page 291. You may also use a timeline template from the internet. And here are some timeline resources for you. There are some reminders here. Your unit plan assignment is due this week. That's the unit plan, the general unit description you're going to write about, and 3 consecutive sequential lesson plans. Don't forget, your objective needs to be an ABCD format. You need to remember what diverse population you're going to address, as well as multiple intelligences. You need to tell how you're going to address that multiple intelligence in your lesson. Your community service project reflection and the technology investigation assignment is due next week, week 7. All right, one other activity for group work. This was your independent work. I'm going to click out of the independent work and go to the group work. This is your group work this week. Excuse me. You're going to think about historical thinking using the scenario on pages 299 to 300 in the textbook. Locate the recommendations made throughout the chapter to engage the students in historical thinking. How many examples can your group locate? Create a list of examples and post the list your group has created this Dropbox. If you make this creative, maybe using a Web 2.0 tool or something other than just a Word document or a Google Doc, your group will get extra credit. And that's the work for this week, week 6. If you have questions, please don't hesitate to ask me. Otherwise, I'll see you online.